warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Noviana Putri and my nickname Novi from Agricultural Extension and Communication 11 Maret University. Here, I want to tell you about has Article 31 Section 1 of the 1945 Constitution been realized? Article 31 Section 1 of the 1945 Constitution of the Republic of Indonesia reads, every citizen has the right to education. But have Indonesian citizens received proper education? Is education evenly distributed in Indonesia? Before discussing about it, I will explain what is meant by right and what is meant by education. In general, rights are opportunity given to each individual to be able to get, to do, and have something that individual want. Meanwhile, according to Large Dictionary Indonesian, right can be interpreted as a form of authority, a power that allow an individual to act on the basis of a law because this has been regulated and determined by certain law or rules, as well as absolute power based on something or used to claim something. Besides that, according to Professor Dr. Notonegoro, is a power or ability of an individual to be able to carry out several activities such as receiving, doing, and possessing something that the individual should have accepted, done, and owned. Rights that have been assigned to an individual cannot be distributed or transferred to other individuals. That is the reason why each individual receives different rights according to their portion. So, in short, right can be concluded as something we can get. The right of Indonesian citizens themselves have been regulated in the 1945 Constitution of the Republic of Indonesia. Have you got the point what is meant by right? Because next I will discuss what is meant by education. Education is an important thing for human life because by getting an education, of course, we will gain knowledge that is useful for survival. The general understanding of education is a process of learning by a group of people related to knowledge, skill, and habit that are passed down from one generation to the next using teaching, training, and research methods. According to the 1973 Broad Outline of State Policy, education is essentially a conscious effort to develop the personality and ability of students inside and outside of school and last a lifetime. It is true, we cannot only get education in school. However, education in school has legality in the form of a diploma which will greatly help humans to improve the standard of living of someone who has it. Because in adulthood, between people who have a diploma or people who are educated, their life will tend to be different from people who don't go to school at all. But in reality, obtaining the right to education in accordance with Article 31, Section 1 of the 1945 Constitution is not as easy as turning the palm of the hand. This is because the problem of education in Indonesia is quite complex. The problem of education in Indonesia are all kinds of problems faced by educational program in Indonesia, such as the problem of uneven distribution of education. The definition of the problem of equity is how the education system can provide the widest opportunity for all citizens to obtain education. Equitable distribution of education in Indonesia can be said to be very concerning because the current educational equity program has not touched the lower classes of society. The cost of education is so expensive that it seems that education can only be obtained by people who have a lot of money. This has become very impossible for the lower class to be able to get a proper education. In addition, the inequality of education can be seen from luxury infrastructure that only exists in big cities. However, it's very sad to see the fact there are still many areas that do not have proper building for teaching and learning facility. If the education gap like this continue with improvement, then many of the nation's children will become illiterate. Then, where is the real evidence of the extension of Article 31, Section 1 of the 1945 Constitution? Then where is the right to education implemented? Is this article just a decoration in the eyes of the government? In accordance with the explanation above, I can conclude that Article 31, Section 1 of the 1945 Constitution has not been realized. That's all the explanation I can give. I hope that education in Indonesia will be more advanced in the future. More or less, I'm sorry. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you and goodbye.